Good morning, beloveds. Okay, sorry, my watching my fan being a little, I don't know. Okay, it is May 20th, and it was just outright sticky this morning when we went for the walk. I mean, it's still in the mid 70s, but it was sticky. And as we were coming around one of the corners, the clouds are back. Like for 2 days, we haven't had any clouds at all. And, well, okay. Monday, it was blue. There were no clouds at all. And then Tuesday, there were like sheep in the field, like widely spaced sheep in the field. And, but today, the clouds were back on the horizon. So, which makes walking in the morning a little more bearable because then I don't have the sun shining directly in my eyes anytime I'm facing east. But so as we came around the corner, we looked up, and one of my favorite things when we with clouds is, especially when they're covering the sun, is when you can see the shafts of light. And so we come around, and it looks like this cloud was screaming or yelling because there was just this light coming out of the mouth of the cloud. It was really cool. I'll get it posted later today so you can see it. I was just like, well, that's interesting. And then we saw a new species of plant that looked back at us. There was a cat laying between two bushes, just happy to be there. And I was just like, I love the neighborhood cats. They're so much fun. They definitely can put themselves into positions that make you go, and I tried to take a picture of a robin on a rooftop, and about the time I got the camera up, the robin moves, and I'm just like, I don't take pictures of birds because I'm not fast enough yet. Operative word being yet. There may come a time, which is why I missed the hawk yesterday. Oh, that was cool though. It was really neat to see the hawk. All right, it is May 20th, and our Bible quote is Psalm 48, 40:8, not 48, 48. I delight to do thy will, O my God, yea, thy law is within my heart. All right. Rita, my co-minister, started to come in and then she turned around. Love cats. I know that the perfect life of spirit is my life, and I now permit it to radiate through my world of thought and action to express in my physical form. Because my whole being is this perfect God life. It's God-life. I have nothing to fear. Every person I meet recognizes the perfect being that is my true self, recognizes love and peace and wisdom and courage in me. Each person I contact feels our common bond, knows that we are part of the perfect whole, the harmonious centers of consciousness in the great unity of life, and so has faith in me. Wow. Okay, let me try that sentence again. Each person I contact feels our common bond, knows that we are part of the perfect whole, the harmonious centers of consciousness in the great unity of life, and so has faith in me. Okay. No one could wish to harm or hurt me in any way. I too can know only love and understanding for my fellow beings. I am truly interested in each one I meet, interested in their hopes, their aspirations, and helpful to them. I know, because I am God life, God in expression, that every circumstance I find myself in is right for me. Through my consciousness of love, which is the very essence of God life, I transform any seeming imperfection into the perfect idea of my true self. God knows me only as a perfect idea, and that perfection I now manifest. Good morning, Cleopatra. We're in for a rousing discussion today. Although this does remind me of one of the things that Jesse was talking about on Sunday. That sometimes we forget who we are. And so we go to places like CSL or CLC. Let me get my acronyms confused. CLC is ACSL. Centers for Spiritual Living, Creative Life. Yay. We go to places like that to be reminded who we are. The books that we read and the videos that we watch and the songs that we listen to have the power to remind us who we are, or we talk about how important diet is to the health of the body. Well, what you consume visually and auditory, that's also your diet, and it contributes to the health of your mental and emotional state. So the things that we do remind us of who we are, or they cloud who we are. So I'm not telling you not to watch. I mean, you're an adult, I hope, or, you're an independent thinking being who can make decisions for yourself. And if you are going to watch things that can cloud who you are, that's your right. Just like everybody eats food that's not always the best for us. The goal isn't to avoid that stuff. It's to take in more of the good stuff. And I hadn't thought about the fact that what I'm doing here, I thought this was just a way to have an interaction and a connection, and then so that it would be one more way to kind of help keep us connected. I didn't think about it until Jesse said it. This is one more way for you to be reminded of who you are. So that's what he's doing today. He's reminding us who we are. I know that the perfect life of the Spirit is my life. A lot of CSL ministers, Jesse included, we all start our prayers out like that. There is one life, one power, one presence. That life is my life now. So in this one, he's just saying that perfect life is my life now. And I permit it to radiate through my world of thought and action. I think he's used that word a lot and I don't remember him using it so much in previous months. So the word of the month is radiate. It's a fantastic word to express in my physical form. So because my whole being is this perfect God life, I have nothing to fear. Every person I meet recognizes the perfect being that is my true self. The phrase namaste is the God in me greeting the God in you. Or I think Jesse is quoting Emerson when he says Jove nods to Jove. And that's what we're talking about here. On some level, we can look at another being's eye and see God looking back at us. And then so I'm going to ask you, when you look in the mirror, do you see God looking at you? And if you don't, I encourage you to look a little harder. Sometimes it's easier to see it in other people than it is to see in yourself. And then sometimes you look in other people and go, oh no. And then again, we have to look a little harder. So every person I meet recognizes that perfect being that is my true self, recognizes love, peace, wisdom, and courage in me. They're recognizing all of those God qualities within me. So if I look in your eyes and I recognize those qualities in you, then I'm making space for them in you, and you do the same for me when you look at me and recognize those qualities in me. What greater gift can you give to another than to look at them and see that in them, even if they're not exhibiting it at the moment? But you say, no, I see this in you. This is who you really are. You're holding space for them. So each person I contact feels our common bond. Some days we have to work a little harder, and some days it's easy. With some people, it's easy, and some people we have to work on, and work on ourselves, not the other person, for that common bond, to know that we're part of that we are a part of the perfect whole. And I love how he says this: we are part of the perfect whole, the harmonious centers of consciousness in the great unity of life. Okay? Okay. So no one would wish to harm or hurt me in any way. I too can know only love and understanding for my fellow beings. I am truly interested in everyone I meet, interested in their hopes, their aspirations, and helpful to them. I think it was the Dalai Lama that was talking about that, is that when you bless somebody in your mind, then that's helpful to them, even if they don't hear it from you. It's a little gift that we can give when we bless people in our minds. So, I mean, I have a degree in anthropology. I love people. I'm always interested in people. I love to listen to people tell their stories, and I love to tell stories. I just enjoy people. Now, I'm also an introvert, so I enjoy them for short periods of time, and then I go enjoy silence, and then I go enjoy people again. So that's been interesting. But that's also one of the reasons why I like to read, because that's a great way to enjoy people. All right. I know, because I am God life, God in expression, that every circumstance I find myself in is right for me. That's kind of a pill to swallow there. Emma says that too when she's talking about practitioners. She says, if somebody comes to you for help, you can help them. They didn't come to you by chance, that you have something within you that can help you. So it's kind of that same thing. When you find yourself in a situation, and it may be non-preferred for you, what most likely it means is that there's some good that you can do. Now we have found ourselves in a situation that is non-preferred, but there is some good that we can do. So don't count yourself out. Even if it's a situation you'd rather not be in, there is some good that you can do. So, but don't put yourself in a dangerous situation. I'm not saying that. Through my consciousness of love, which is the very essence of God life, I transform any seeming imperfection into the perfect idea of my true self. Okay, that goes back to looking for that silver lining. That goes back to being in a non-preferred situation and looking for the good that you can do. I mean, it's easy to see the good you can do when you're in a preferred situation. Sometimes when you're dealing with difficult people, you do your good and you get out. But you were there for a reason. All right. So the last line is, God knows me only as a perfect idea, and that perfection I now manifest. Any gift that Ernest can give us, and that's one of them. God knows me only as a perfect idea. So all of the I'm not going to use that word. All of the stuff that we put on ourselves, God doesn't know any of that. God only knows us as the perfect love that we are. So if God can see us that way, and we can see each other that way, and then we can look in the mirror and see ourselves as that perfect idea that God knows that we are, then we're one step closer. All right. I'm going to get on with my day. I'm hoping it's going to be a busy day at work because it's our Wellness Wednesday. And so I encourage you to do something loving for yourself, something kind for yourself, something compassionate for yourself today. I'm not sure about opening the windows. It might be hot, but make sure you get some fresh air, get some sunshine, get some movement in, take some self-care. Know that we love you. Know that we are with you. Know that we are finding new and interesting ways to connect with you. Bible Wisdom starts at 6:30 tonight. So, I'm not, shilling for the class or anything. Yes, I am. Reverend Jesse's teaching it, and Ruth is the practitioner. And I'm going to be there, as will Tom. So make it a fantastic day, beloveds. Have a great day. Bye.